One health is
people, animals, environment.
all right.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm a group of Group 4, Gattaca. Today, I'm very happy to be here to talking about something about the GMOs. And today, I'd like to start with a hamburger. Actually, this is a beef hamburger and called the Impossible Burger. Have there anyone tried this Impossible Burger? Oh, please tell me something about how did it taste? It's very good. You see, this hamburger looks, tastes, and even smells very, very good. But however, I will tell you, this burger actually is not made of beef. So you may be thinking about how to make the beef hamburger. And I will tell you, this hamburger is made of plants, from the plant's protein. You are thinking about how to make the plants into the beef, how to make the plants into the very delicious burger. And let me tell you more about this Impossible Burger. A company by the name of the Impossible Food believes that the essence of the meat lies on a compound called the heme. Here is. Heme is found in hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a protein in our blood. And the heme, the iron in the heme, contributes to beef's color and the beef's taste. So when we are eating the burger, when we are eating the beef, we're thinking we are eating the real beef. But in reality, we are eating the meatless beef. So how to get enough heme? So what if we could extract some enough heme to obtain the ingredient in our ground beef? And fortunately, our scientists found that in the plants, our soybean root carries the hemoglobin, but in a very, very small amount. So this is a question: how to get enough heme to make our beef, to make our hamburger? So the scientists came up with a very, very good idea about it. And they took the genes from the soybean root. The genes can process the hemoglobin protein. And then they took the genes, insert into the Paschal pastoris. Paschal pastoris is a species of yeast, and then allow them to grow and to replicate to manufacture the heme. So after a few days, we can get enough heme here, and it only costs several days. We can produce enough heme, and the cookers use the heme to make the beef, and then finally we can get the beef hamburger. Right? Do you want to try it? It is very delicious, like a really ground beef. Actually, this ground beef and is a food which is made of the genetically modified organisms byproduct. And we can say, what is GMOs? GMOs formed through the transfer of genes and the transformation of the genetic material so that the organisms can become what people desire in terms of the performance, in terms of the nutrition. Yeah, so you may think, why do people want to create the GMOs? Why do people want to create this Impossible Burger? Let me tell you. And as you know, we went to the dairy farm. We know raising a cow requires up 11,000 gallons of water per year. And it takes up vast stretch of land. And even they produce much greenhouse emissions. And so creating an Impossible Burger can reduce the amount of water consumption, can reduce the greenhouse gas emission, and so we only use 5% of land, only use 20% of water and only produce 12.5% of the greenhouse emissions. And you know, it's very good for our environment, right? And so, additionally, you know, there are many problems we are facing nowadays. And let's consider about our future population. The data estimate that in 2050, our population will reach 10 billion. Yes, 10 billion. That is explosive population. That means we need much food, we need more food to feed the people, to supply for the people, right? We can also say there are land desertification. Land desertification is becoming a more critical issue that leads to the less land for farming. And we are suffering from more and more droughts, and because of the water shortage, you know. In some developing areas, such as Africa, there is not enough money to sustain a successful agricultural environment. There is not enough food to supply for the people. These are challenges, are the global One Healthy challenges. You know, it's very, very serious. So, how to deal with these challenges? How to deal with, how to face the challenges in here? So we just came up with idea of the genetically modified food. And GMO, what can GMO bring us? How it will shift towards genetically modified organisms. We can say GMOs can not only improve the food production and also can allow the crops to grow in a variety of the conditions. You know, it's very good. And let me give you several examples to better explain this issue. We can say this is our Impossible Burger, and also the GMO soybean, everyone will know it. The GMO soybean can resist the pesticide, and then they can have a higher crops yield. And you know, also, do you remember this week we learned about the transgenic goat that can produce the human nitrogen in their milk? It's very good for humans to drink it. It's very healthy and have enough nutrition in their milk, so people can cost less money to have a good nutrition from their milk. And we also see the papaya, the corn, the fish, the salmon. They are all the GMOs. GMOs are very common in our daily life. GMOs has played a huge role in addressing the worldwide spread hunger issues. You know, GMOs has dramatically improved the food productions. So we also can say in China, the oil from the GMO soybeans accounts for more than 90% of the productions. So that addressing a very serious issue in China. Because of these GMO are very important to us. So who do we lead in a team to addressing those challenges? We can say these challenges are all the global One Health challenges, because it impacts our human beings, it impacts our people, it impacts our environment, even it impacts our animals. So it's very important. Who do we need to addressing those challenges? Let me, teammate, to introduce more about it. Okay.
So, what areas of expertise we need to make an Impossible Burger? So first, we need the sensory scientists. They will start at one question. That's how we get a plant best meat to look, smell, and taste like a real animal meat. So, and we also need experts in genetics. So why? Because they can design and create GMOs. At the meantime, we also need some growers, tomato growers, onion growers, and lettuce growers. And we also need lots of drivers and vehicles for transportation of food products. Of course, chefs and burger making machine play an important role in. And in order to make more and more people to choose this impossible burger, we also need experts in education and the help of media. To develop transgenic technology, we also need environmental experts to detect if it will do harm to our environment. And of course, we need a veterinarian to check the health of GM animals. So we also need zoologists and botanists. These experts from different fields form a team to do the research together. It's collaboration. And the people and animals have enough food to eat, and the environment will become better and better. So now, what do you have in your mind? One health. Yes, One Health. But we have a problem. Many people are afraid to eat GM products. So there is a question, is there any evidence that can prove GM food is harmful to people who eat it? Yes, the answer is no. The answer is no. But in China, many people are unwilling to try the GM foods because there exist some potential problems they worry about. So first, they may worry about what? First, it may be bad for human health. And some people may think it will break the food chain and be bad for ecological balance when we plant insect-resistant biotech crops. And some people think it may cause gene contamination or break the diversity of species. For example, there is something unusual about transferring a firefly gene into tomato. Some people may think, oh, it doesn't happen in nature. But researchers have found evidence that sweet potatoes are naturally genetically modified. Look at this. It's amazing. Yeah, isn't it? And can you believe all cultivated sweet potatoes, varieties of sweet potatoes carries gene from a bacteria lives on the root. And the human have cultivated sweet potato at least 5,000 years, which means humans have been eating GM food at least 5,000 years. So unbelievable. And so there's more in the evidence that GMOs are safe. So what can we do to educate people about GMO's safety when we return to school? So we think it's important to raise awareness about how GMO is important to address one health problem we discussed, like population growth, climate change, and improving human health, and protecting environment. So for this topic, the problem is not tangible. So we just can educate. For the short-term solution, we can do some speeches on campus and in communities that educate people and eliminate the misunderstanding of GMOs. And for long-term solution, we can pursue careers in science and agriculture that use genetic tools to solve one health problem. So actually, I hope you can learn more about GMOs, and you can help us spread the information, and help us and join us. Thank you for listening.